Riding blind drops can be scary and intimidating because you just don't know what's the other side.
If you get the opportunity, then you should always check out before you commit. So here's our guide on how to ride blind drops.
Whoa. Sometimes a piece of trail might actually be a drop-off. This is when you're going to have to act really quickly. This relies on skills, but also on instincts. Make sure you can manual. If you see the section and have to think about what you've got to do, it's probably going to be too late. Drops are easier with a bit of speed. You need less movement to keep the front wheel up, like extra momentum, but things can get out of control really fast on an unknown piece of trail. Be ready to slide the bike forward in front of you into a small manual. Drop your heels and keep your head up, but don't manual too much. You're only trying to match the angle of the landing. Sometimes you might want to get back onto the floor really quickly. Maybe there's a corner you can overshoot, or you're in a really steep section. And this drop off here, if I try and roll in, I'm going to drag my chainring, and that can lead to going over the bars. So something you can do, opposite of what you might think, is actually pick up the back wheel to drop into this section almost like a vert ramp. This technique is great for getting your wheels back on the ground really quickly, but you can only use this if there's a bit of a transition to land on. If it's a big sheer drop, it's not going to work.
Walking up to this drop here, it looks as per normal, just a drop off, but when you actually get a little bit closer to inspect it, you can actually see it's a double drop. So always expect the unexpected. You want to come to this and you can do it in 3 different ways. Well, one of them you definitely don't want to do, and that's coming off it and landing 50-50, front wheel over the bottom and the back wheel on the second landing. You can come up to it and you can just roll off it, land right in the middle of the two, and then drop off the second one. Or if you're feeling really brave, you can send it and get over both of them.
Commitment is really important on blind sections, especially drop-offs. There's a certain point where you've got to get off the brakes and just do whatever you've got to do to get off the drop-off, and same on the run out. Keep your head up and don't start turning, braking, pedaling until you're landed and you're away from the drop.
It might not be that the blind drop that catches you out, but it could be what's after it. So make sure that you're looking ahead, you're judging what you're seeing in front of you, and that you don't go too fast off the drop off. Because right here, there's a sweeping right-hander after the gnarly rocks that you're going to land in. So you don't want to go overshooting that, and that'll really ruin your flow and you won't be carrying any speed into the next section.
On really steep blind sections, you've got to be committed, but you've also got to be really careful with the brakes. Be feathering them. If your wheels start locking up, start coming off your brakes, get back in control and then back on them. So there you go, there's some top tips for riding blind sections and not falling off, hopefully.
Why don't you click just up there for how to ride drop-offs?
And if you click down there, that'll take you through to how to manual, which is essential for riding blind sections.
And if you click right in the middle, somewhere just out here, you'll get to subscribe and you get a great video every day of the week.
Thumbs up if you enjoyed this video.